Okay, hello one more time, guys. Today we're going to talk about our body. So, I hope, but before, I hope you had a beautiful and enjoyable weekend. Ok, hola chicos, hoy vamos a hablar del cuerpo, pero antes que nada espero que hayan tenido un excelente fin de semana. So, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to use two different forms of vocabulary. The two chunks of vocabulary we're going to use are similar but somehow different between them. Okay, hoy vamos a usar dos unidades de vocabulario diferente. Son parecidas pero tienen cierta diferencia. Por ejemplo, let's use the first one. I have two hands. Okay, I have two hands. In this case, we're going to use the sentence I have two when we have, of course, two parts of our body. Okay, vamos a usar la oración I have two cuando tengamos dos cosas de nuestro cuerpo. For example, I have two hands. Tengo dos manos. Okay, so let's check another example. In this case, we're going to talk of only one thing we have. For example, I have a head. Okay, I have a head. Yo tengo una cabeza. So in this case, I have a head means yo tengo una cabeza, right? So, for example, in this case, we're using this other part of vocabulary to talk only when we have one thing on our body. Okay? Vamos a hablar de esto cuando tengamos solo una cosa en nuestro cuerpo, right? So, basically, that's it. Básicamente, eso sería todo. So, now let's check some more samples. So, let's talk about the parts of the body. Vamos a hablar de las partes del cuerpo. For example, in this case, I can say, I have 2 feet, right? In this case, I can say, I have 2 feet, which means tengo dos pies. So, next sample. Next sample, I have 2 hands, right? So, in this case, we're going to check this sample, I have 2 hands. I have 2 hands means tengo dos manos, right? Next sample, I have 2 arms, okay? Arms, brazos. So in this case, we're going to use this next sample. I have 2 arms. Tengo dos brazos. Arms, right? Okay, for this sample, we're going to talk about our eyes, right? Our eyes, nuestros ojos. So, in this example, we're going to say I have 2 eyes. Right? I have 2 eyes. Tengo dos ojos. Okay, for this sample, we're going to talk about the ears. So, in this case, we want to talk about our ears. Right? Vamos a hablar de nuestras orejas. So, in this case, I have 2 ears. Right? I have 2 ears. So, I have 2 ears means tengo dos orejas, right? Okay, so don't forget your hand has fingers, okay? No olvidemos que nuestra mano tiene dedos. For example, in this case, this part of our body is named fingers. Esas partes de nuestro cuerpo se le conocen como dedos, right? So, for example, in this case, the fingers. I have 10 fingers in my hand. Tengo 10 dedos en mis manos, right? So, I have 10 fingers in my hands means tengo 10 dedos en mis manos, right? Okay, the next part of our body is our toes, okay? La siguiente parte de nuestro cuerpo se le conoce como toes. These toes are the fingers of our feet. A los dedos del pie se le conocen como toes, right? So in this case, I have 10 toes means tengo 10 dedos del pie. So I have toes, or I have 10 toes. Right? That's it. Okay, next one. Head. Right? Cabeza. So in this case, I have a head. I have a head. Right? Okay, other thing we have in our head is our hair. Right? This part of our head is named hair. Ok, cuando hablamos de nuestra cabeza también mencionamos que tenemos cabello. Esta parte de nuestro cuerpo se le conoce como cabello. So, I have hair. I have hair. Okay, the next part of our body is named as mouth. Right? We want to talk about our mouth. Boca. So, in this case, we can say I have a mouth. I have a mouth, right? So that's it, as simple as that. I have a mouth. Okay, the next part of our head or our body is named nose. La otra parte de nuestro cuerpo se le conoce como nose, que significa nariz. So in this case, I have a nose, right? I have a nose. Again, when we run, cuando corremos, we have to use a specific part of our body, which are the legs. Cuando corremos tenemos que usar partes específicas de nuestro cuerpo, que son las piernas. So, in this case, I have 2 legs. Right? I have 2 legs means yo tengo 2 piernas. So, in this case, as you can see. Okay, last but not least, we have to mention the other part of our body, which is really important, but no one sometimes pay attention to this. Vamos a hablar de una parte de nuestro cuerpo que a veces nos olvidamos de mencionar, pero es muy importante. So in this case, we're going to talk about our shoulders, right? So in this case, when we talk about our shoulders, we are going to talk about our hombros. Cuando hablamos de nuestros, cuando decimos shoulder, tenemos que hablar de nuestros hombros. So in this case, we're going to check again. Shoulders. I have 2 shoulders. Tengo 2 hombros, right? Okay guys, so let's remember these parts of our body. Recordemos esas partes del cuerpo, chicos. So, you have to practice this all day to remember them very well. Tienen que practicarlas esas varias veces al día para recordarlas muy bien. So, for my part, it will be all for this week. And see you the next one. Eso sería todo por esta semana. Nos vemos en la siguiente. Don't forget to do your homework. No olviden de hacer sus tareas. And have a nice weekend. Y tengan buen fin de semana. Bye.